Kigoy, Xiwe. I have my other ear on, so you have to speak loud.
Don't speak that much of their language anymore.
How come people don't speak their language anymore?
Well, it had a lot, some of it is our fault. Long time ago, we were punished when we spoke the Cree language. They made us do a lot of unearthly things when, they spanked our hands, they made us stand in a corner to teach us not to speak Cree. And then as time went, it seems that our parents thought it was cool to speak English. So we were kind of forced to speak the language. They were trying to take the Indian out of us to make us like them. That's why they talk about a big, big word. Look it up in your dictionary. Colonization. Colonization really actually means to be like them. They came here to colonize us, just to be like them. They brought their values and they imposed the values on us. That's why they wanted to kill who we were in spirit, to kill our Indian way of life. Okay? Do you have an idea what when you go back, look in your dictionary and look at colonization. When we talk about a colony, do you ever heard of a Hutterite colony? That's what it actually means. The colony, they only do their own thing in the reserve. We can be known as a colony too, because all of us are in one place. Okay? You can look at it that way. But we'll leave that to the Hutterites, not us. We'll have a rest, okay? Okay, here's George.
Maybe I'll just add a little bit regarding culture and language. Very important things that historically statements made by Prime Minister Trudeau. At the time, I believe he was a minister when he said this. When you lose your culture and your language, you also lose your idea, the native person's identity regarding distinct culture, the native person as understood way back when. And now we're losing our language, and our culture is not as predominant as before. It's still alive, ceremonies, etc. But most of it is commercial idea mixed in there. It's not authentic as what was originally, as the elders understand culture and ceremony. It's much, much deeper. It's spiritual. That's where the difference is. But I wanted to elaborate a little bit on culture and language. Once you lose that, you lose your identity as a distinct people. This was made by, like I said, Trudeau, past Prime Minister. That was back in the 60s. Also, more recently, the U.S. government people asked a certain nation back east, I believe it was Hartford or somewhere up there on the east coast of the United States. The people there were asked by the government, do you have your own language? They said no. Do you have your culture? They said no. Okay, you start paying taxes. You're assimilated. You are now not a distinct nation. You lose your reservation, you start paying taxes. So they're classified as white people in a white society. They may be dark, but they're still not a distinct people. That's the scariest part. That's historical fact. Just happened more recently here. 5, 6 years ago. I don't remember exactly when. But this was related to me by a very reliable person. I believe it was Willie or some other higher up educational-wise at the UN level. But a lot of elders know this. And they knew it from way back when because it was foretold by our forefathers. They knew what was going to happen. They were wise, they were spiritual, they were told by the spirits of what was to be and what was going to happen if you don't smarten up and get into culture, keep your culture and your language. That's what's most important. I don't have to say anymore. You know very well the importance of your language. So try and learn your language. We as a people will last forever, for that matter. Thank you.